Hello everyone and welcome back to another Flex interview. I'm with Elmonè Rhode, the junior Elmonè, what's your title?
The junior athlete representative of the Namibian Powerlifting and Weightlifting Federation.
Awesome. Welcome to the studio, and it's awesome to have you here. We obviously had you during the week. So we're just going to find out more about what you're doing and about you as well. Okay. Elmonè, where did your fitness journey start?
Okay, it started in my grade 10 holiday. I joined the gym in Swakop and I just started lifting weights because I saw this strong woman and I was just like...
You want to be like that?
Yeah. So that's where it started. Then I dabbled a bit in kickboxing. I got my black belt in kickboxing, and then I was approached by the Namibian Powerlifting and Weightlifting Federation, the president of the federation. He saw me in the gym and he was like, I want you on my team. And I contemplated a bit. I told him I'll think about it. And he said, the whole time he was coming to the gym, because he lives in Chumeb, so every time he would come down to Windhoek, he would be like, have you decided yet? And I was just like, I thought about it and then I actually said yes. But the main reason why I contemplated was I didn't want to get big, and powerlifters would have to get big, and I didn't want to get big. But I did it for women empowerment, basically just to defy the odds, to show people that this is what women are capable of. So I'm not just doing this for me. The main reason is just for women in general.
Yeah, and to just break that stigma against big women. I mean, big muscles on women, why not?
Yeah, so that's where that started.
Okay, cool. And how long did it take for you to get your black belt in kickboxing?
About 3 years.
About 3 years.
Yes.
So you started in, was it grade 11 then?
Yeah, grade 11. Grade 11 I started. Okay,
cool. No, that's awesome. And you already explained why you decided to do the powerlifting and weightlifting. And we also touched on a bit the misconception about women becoming big and everything. But is there any other misconceptions out there that's...
besides women being stereotyped as weak or not being able to do certain lifts, there's actually quite a lot of strong women we have here in Namibia as well. So there's a lot of stereotypes around it. Besides women getting big, getting bulky, getting more muscle, and being intimidating in a sense. But I feel like women should just ignore that and do what they want.
And when it comes to the competition and the weightlifting in general, is there, between males and females, is there also I guess you guys are like one big family, basically.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We are. It's a very great community. We are like a family. We motivate each other. We carry each other through the lifts. We do give advice if we see, okay, no, your lift needs a bit of adjustments, so we help with that as well.
And you're the junior representative of the so like the ambassador of the junior team? The representative?
Okay, I am basically the representative of the whole federation.
Okay.
The whole Namibian Powerlifting and Weightlifting Federation. We fall under the IPF. The IPF is the International Powerlifting Federation.
Okay.
It's a very, very strict federation. We get tested. We are one of the strictest federations out there. But it's worth it. It's it's so strict. They even at the competitions, when you have to go weigh in, they checked everything. They check your belts. It should be approved by them. Your clothes, your underwear, they inspect. That's how intense it is.
But why are they so okay? What's the reason for the underwear though?
Okay, so
why should you have proper underwear?
Basically, you get equipped underwear. So there's a difference. I do raw powerlifting.
Okay.
So you get raw powerlifting and then you get equipped lifting. With equipped lifting, you get a tight suit. So your weight should be so heavy, the weight should push you down, but you should be able to get out. And with that equipped lifting, you get certain type of underwears that you can wear to help you stay compressed.
Okay.
So it's just to avoid you wearing compressed lifting while you're supposed to compete in a raw competition.
So for the raw competition, you don't wear any of the compressed stuff?
No.
Okay.
The furthest you'll go is just knee sleeves, but it should be approved by the federation, and a belt. We're not allowed to wear sleeves, knee sleeves. Sorry, not knee sleeves, knee wraps. We're not allowed to wear that. Our suit, it should just be a normal suit. It looks kind of like a wrestling suit, but it should also be approved by the federation.
Okay, is the federation in Namibia?
No, it's the international.
The international one, yeah.
Yeah, but we just fall under them, basically.
And what are some of the other regulations that we didn't touch on? Or the restrictions, or not restrictions, but rules.
Okay, so basically, you're supposed to wear a round neck t-shirt under your whole suit, and then for your deadlifting, you're supposed to wear, you can wear any types of socks. They don't really focus much on that, but it should be like rugby or hockey socks or just deadlifting socks. They do actually sell deadlifting socks as well, just for that extra protection on your shin. The shoes, they don't focus too much on that, but they do say it should not be a certain length, so your heel shouldn't be too high. And for your deadlifting, you're supposed to wear flat shoes. You can wear Olympic lifting weight shoes for your squats.
Okay.
Yeah, and especially when you do your squats, you're not allowed to wear, your socks shouldn't touch your knee sleeves. That is just a big no.
Okay, and that's actually very interesting. You never know what's behind everything.
Yeah, and you should always listen to the judge. There's 3 judges. There's one that's going to sit in front of you, 2 on the side, and then you have your panel of judges. So the main judge will tell you, squat. You have to look at him. When you unrack the bar, you have to walk out. And then he tells you, when he waits for you to actually align yourself, stand properly.
Yeah.
And then he sees when you're ready, and then he tells you, squat. So you can come up at your own pace, but you have to wait for him to tell you to put the weight back, or else you get disqualified. Not disqualified to say, but you will get warnings. If you get too much warnings, you will be disqualified. With your bench press as well, since powerlifting just focus on the main 3 lifts, squats, bench and deadlifts.
Okay.
With your bench, he would usually say you would lie down, you will get yourself into the bench position, and he will tell you to unrack. You take it down, you wait for him to tell you when to bench, so then you bench. He tells you when to press. He keeps it there for 1 to 2 seconds, and then he will tell you to re-rack. And then for your deadlifts, it's quite simple. It's the easiest one. Basically, he just tells you deadlift, and then you just pick up the weight. Your shoulders should lock out, and then
bring up the weight.
You can put it down. You should put it down. You're not allowed to drop the weight.
Okay. Now that's interesting. So what's the weights that you bench press, deadlift, and squat with? Yeah.
My maxes, I haven't done them in a while, but for my squat, it is 120. For my bench, it is 65. For my deadlift, it's 140.
Okay. Now that's quite heavy though. Yeah. I must say, even when you start bench pressing, you must basically just start with the bar itself, and the bar is like 20 kg already. And that's I completely grasp the weights of it and like how heavy it is. Where's the competitions? Where does it usually take place?
Okay, our federation, we usually organize some of the events here in Namibia, but most of them are international competitions. Last year I went for my international competition in South Africa. That was the African Championships. Usually at those championships they test you, and at the Arnolds they don't test you, but at that they test you. WADA is the World Anti-Doping. They usually come test us. You do have to pay a fee for that. But even just that is intense. The whole process, even if you know you didn't take anything.
You feel guilty. You're just
You
like,
feel guilty.
what if that coffee turns into something else?
Yeah, and they do have a list of what you're allowed to take and what you're not allowed to take. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's actually very interesting. So is there also, when you guys obviously also use supplements or,
Yeah.
is there also specific supplements that you are allowed to take?
You just have to check what is in the supplement.
What's in
you
the
have
supplements.
to check what you take. If you go to a doctor and he prescribes painkillers, you have to know what is in that painkillers. So you would have to tell your doctor, listen, I'm a competitor, I do get tested, just be aware of that. So then he should prescribe something that is not on the list.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And just one last question. We've briefly touched on what powerlifting entails, like the bench press, the squats, and the what's the other one? Deadlifting. Yes. So what's the difference then between the powerlifting, weightlifting, and bodybuilding? Yeah.
Okay. Powerlifting composes mainly of your three main lifts. That is your bench, squat, and your deadlift.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to see how heavy you can actually go in those lifts, and then your Olympic lifting is where you would get your clings, your Olympic, okay, I'm sorry. Your weightlifting will compose of your Olympic lifts mainly, your snatches, your clings. It's mostly that, but we do not focus on that. If we do practice that in your training, it will carry over to some of your main lifts with your powerlifting, but we don't focus on that too much. Bodybuilding is
looking good.
yeah, it's basically looking good.
But do they probably also do some of the power lifts and weight lifts
Yes,
stuff?
they do also focus on basically squat, bench, and deadlift, but they do hypertrophic training. Powerlifting, we focus on strength training.
Mm-hmm.
While they do hypertrophic, it's to build muscle, while we are looking for strength.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding on its own is a complex thing on its own, as well as powerlifting, because you would have to specialize in it. You will have to dedicate
a lot of time and effort into it, and
Yes.
all your training, so you can't do one and the other as well.
Yeah, you can't do both. Like during my off season, I focus on power building. It's a combination between powerlifting and weight and bodybuilding, just to also gain more muscle mass while also gaining strength at the same time. So yeah.
Cool. No, that's awesome. We'll go for a quick break, and then we will be back again with Elmonè Rhode. So back again with Elmonè Rhode. Yes, we already spoke about the aspect of powerlifting and everything. So let's talk more about you. So what do you do when you're not in the gym and lifting weights?
I hike. I try to be more active. I try to travel more. I am a student, so I focus on my studies as
yes,
well,
and
work.
Work as well. No, but that's a lot to juggle, though.
Yeah.
The training, the work, and school.
Yeah.
What do you study?
Human resource management at NAS and piloting at Van Dyk Flight Training Center.
So you're doing both.
Yeah.
How do you get time for everything?
Basically, you have to just prioritize and you really have to be mentally strong for that, just to take that responsibility onto yourself.
And like little sleep as well.
Yeah. But you get used to it.
No, that's awesome. And yes, so let's just talk about health as the health aspect of everything in general. So how would a day in your life look when it comes to the training and all that?
Okay.
How many hours do you train? Or is there a specific hour that you're also allowed to train? Like, do you have to train a certain amount of hours?
It depends on your workout. It depends if you're off season or on season. By off season, I mean before any competition, there's no competition. And then on season is when you are preparing for competition. So usually when I prep for a competition, I would eat 6 meals a day. I would usually train in the morning, and if I don't get time to train in the morning, I would go later after work just to get that workout in. It really depends on how the workout is structured, but it all depends on your prep as well and your coach. And during the off season, I would not tend too much on eating a lot, but I would eat healthy. I'm actually trying to become vegan, so I'm trying to incorporate more veggies. I did cut out a lot of meat, but I do get other sources of protein.
Yeah.
And during my off season, I would usually train after work. If I'm off of work, if I have leave, I would train in the morning.
It depends on how things look.
Yeah, during the day, I would have to. I have to plan out my workouts.
But there has to be one.
Yeah,
there has to be a workout every day.
There has to be one. It's usually 2 to 3 hours.
That you're in the gym then.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's I guess. No, but it's a hectic schedule, obviously. And I hope that everything works out because it sounds very hectic. So, what are your future plans when it comes to the powerlifting and the weightlifting?
Okay. Currently, to get stronger. That's the main thing. Because with powerlifting, it counts in your favor if you're younger, if you lift heavier, and if you weigh lighter.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that you weigh lighter with, okay.
It will just count in your favor because we have a certain calculation that we use that will just determine how much you can actually lift. So it doesn't help me if I lift heavy and I weigh more, then if I have to compete with someone that's older than me and that's maybe lighter than me or heavier. So all of that
depends.
Yeah, it really depends. So it's quite complex, but if you get a hang of it, you'll figure it out. But my future plans is basically to compete more internationally, get stronger, and just to represent women in general.
I forgot to ask, what was your ranking in the African powerlifting competition?
Okay, in the junior category, I came second. I won silver for
That's awesome.
for Namibia. Thank you. While having food poisoning, actually, and a caffeine overdose.
Okay, food poisoning. Okay. Let's just leave it there.
Yeah. And then I got second, and overall woman.
Overall woman.
Overall woman.
Not junior. Overall.
Overall. Yes.
No, that's great stuff. So for next year, or this year, we are aiming for first place if there's a competition.
Yes.
That's great stuff, man. And lastly, what would be your health tip or something for the public to take away?
Okay, so basically just eat healthy. Don't focus too much on a diet because you will stray from it. So just make it a lifestyle and enjoy it. Make healthier decisions when you have to eat certain food. You can make an alternative to just make it a bit healthier. And women, my fellow women, just do not be scared to go into the gym and lift weights.
Yes.
And just do what makes you happy.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Elmonè. We'll definitely, hopefully see you in the future, and we'll keep an eye on what you're doing, and we're definitely rooting for you. So yes, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thank you.
Bye.